Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to welcome you to our roundtable, Agriculture and Agribusiness, a strategy for success, African markets. I'm happy to welcome you here at Russia Сегодня. Let me please introduce Alla Orlova, Director for Exports for the Middle East, Central and Southern Asia and Africa, and Tahir Arbuzov, Export Manager of Hleprom. We are also joined by Mesak Noah Nyameda Group, Joema Jutalum, Africa Corporation, Marina Shmatova, Head of Investment Department of Mozambique Russia Development Corporation, and Lorenzo Samba, Director General of APEX. Africa's export market is very promising for Moscow companies, and even despite the fact that restrictions were introduced in 2020, the export grew by almost 70%, and it now amounts to $1 billion. One of the most promising products are dairy products, poultry, chocolate goods, and animal feed. It's clear that Africa's market will grow and it will become even more attractive for exporters thanks to improving standards of living, thanks to the growth of the African population. And today we will focus on what are these win-win situations. What is this potential that we can tap into? We will start with Alla Orlova. Madam, you have the floor. Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, future partners. I do hope that we will have slides on the screen. Uniconf, or United Confectioners, is a confectionery holding that was established in 2003. That's the official date. It unites Russia's oldest confectionery factories, Krasny Oktyabr, Rotfront, and Babaevsky. Those brands are well known to people here in Russia. Probably people in Africa have never heard about them. But I believe that you saw some of our famous products, such as our Alyonka brand. That is the oldest brand in our portfolio that we promote in the market. Uniconf is in top 100 companies of 2020, and we rank 18th among world's largest confectionery manufacturers. We have 19 factories across Russia, 4 in Moscow and other in other regions of Russia. Number of SKUs is 3,500. The most famous factories are Krasny Oktyabr or Red October, Babaevsky, Rotfront, and Russian chocolate. We have our own production plant for cocoa processing. So we are a closed cycle manufacturing company. In Russia, we rank among top 10 confectioners in Russia. These pie charts demonstrate what share in what product category we have compared to other producers in Russia. We will not focus on our history. You'll have a chance to take a look at our slides afterwards. Let us speak about our products. We produce the whole variety of confectionery goods: caramel, sweets, chocolate bars, waffles, cookies, gingerbread. We produce all categories of confectioneries. We have our own sugar refineries and dairy plants. We hold international certificates such as FSSC, CA, Halal, and IFS. So we hold all the international certificates. Let's now take a look at our international brands. I've already mentioned that we have 3,500 SKUs. We sell all across Russia. We are represented in every supermarket chain in Russia. Our well-known brands are Alyonka, Art Passion, and Korovka. That is something that you can find in virtually every point of sales in Russia. Of course, we have localized our brands in English. We registered these trademarks. And of course, all labeling is either in English or in the language of the country that we export our goods to. The main brands that we export are Korovka, Alyonka, Art Passion, Felicita, Bone Roll, and our new brand, Neo Botanica. These are healthy lifestyle products that contain no added sugars. So these are our SKUs that are localized in English. You'll be able to find a link to our website in English. And this is our Korovka brand. This is the leader of our export products. These are our flour goods. On this slide, you see the majority of assortment that we offer for this brand. Our second brand is Art Passion. This is the name that we coined for this range of products, especially for export purposes. Alyonka is another well-known brand, and probably our international partners and potential clients who have visited Russia are familiar with this brand. I believe you saw these chocolate bars. I remember going to Japan to attend a professional fair, and this man was passing our stand. He was a foreigner, and he looked at our Alyonka brand, and he asked us, where do you come from, guys? And we said, we're from Russia. And he said, I know nothing about Russia, but I know this brand. And he pointed at Alyonka's banner. So it is a very well-known brand all across the globe. They might not have tasted it, but they know this brand. The next brand that I want to talk to you about is Felicita, is a new brand. And yet another new brand that we have recently launched is Neo Botanica. This is a range of products without any added sugars, which is very popular now all across the world. And Bone Roll is another brand with no added sugars. These are some retailers that we work with that sell our products. This slide features our retailer partners from the Middle East, Central South Asia, and Africa. We also have branded shops in the Middle East. And some of our partners who opened these monobrand shops, they're our new partners with whom we have been working with only for a year or so. But this is the concept that we also have a monobrand shop. Together with our partners, we also hold promos and degustations, testing sessions. And here are some pictures from these activities that we have. We launch campaigns on social networks. We have these tasting points in supermarkets. This is a great way to promote our products. Here are some examples of our advertising campaigns online. We'll sell online as well. Some of the distributors, because of the pandemic, not only in Russia, but across the globe, they reoriented and they started to sell more online. Our partners did that too. They even had some branded mugs to send to their clients. On this slide, you see some of the examples of our trading equipment in Middle East that we supply to our partners. In Russia, we have Alyonka branded retail network. These shops are opened both in Moscow and in other cities of Russia. We have 100 retail stores in 26 cities of Russia. On this slide, you can see our emails. Please, if you are interested in working with us, do not hesitate to reach out to us through these emails. We are a large company, but we're not magicians. We're only entering the African market. We're experienced exporters, it is true. But speaking about Africa, we lack expertise, we lack experience. Unfortunately, now we're still unsuccessful in the African market because we do not have enough information about the market and about partners. Before the pandemic, it was easier. We could attend fairs and expos. We could talk to people in person to learn from them about what is popular in their market. And that gave a lot of opportunities. The latest fair that we attended was in February 2020. Before that, we attended an expo in Germany, and before that in Dubai. And so these three fairs that we attended before COVID-19 that really helped us to find new partners. We actually signed contracts with these new partners during the pandemic, but without our initial contacts at those fairs, we wouldn't have been able to do that. It's very hard to communicate solely through emails. We received a lot of requests from Nigeria, Congo, Cote d'Ivoire. And of course, we answer their requests, we send them our information, but that is not enough to establish partnership. Africa, as it has already been mentioned, is a very promising continent. Today, the population of Africa is 1.3 billion people. It is a rapidly developing market, which is, of course, interesting not only for us, but for any producer, for any company who seeks to grow bigger, who seeks to grow more global. Today, we work with Libya. This is a partner that we found at Gulf Food. We send now our products to Libya. We've been doing that for a year now, and the volumes that we export are growing. And of course, when we talk about partnership, we want to have this win-win situation. We do not want to find a partner to export our goods just for this one time and then it will be it. This is not something that we are interested in. We want to have regular exports, we want to sell regularly, we want to have a mutually beneficial partnership. And of course, we would like the people of Africa to enjoy our confectionaries, our chocolate. We want them to become our loyal customers. And I believe everyone is interested in it. Speaking about our partnership with Libya, we send around 300 SKUs of products because once again we lacked information about the market. We were unable to predict which products will take off in this market, what Libyan people will like. So we decided to go with these 300 SKUs. Now we limited this number to only 15 or 20 of them. Those are mostly waffles and chocolates. And I remember talking to former CEO of Nielsen Africa, and I learned that African market is not homogeneous and that all countries have their own tastes. They sell goods in different packaging. Some sell per half a kilo, other per 200 grams. Some countries prefer chocolates, others caramel or chewing gums. And we would love to learn more about the African market and national markets of African countries because we see that tastes vary across the region. So we would like to learn more about the market. We would like to learn more from the Moscow CCI, for example, to have a great understanding of what is popular with the people of specific countries. We would like to learn more about what kind of labeling is used in this or that country. That is something that we really need to kickstart our cooperation. We tried to cooperate with partners from Uganda at the Russia-Africa Forum. We met a company from Uganda, and we were sure that in November we would start exporting our products. Now we are in March and we only have a contract signed, but that is it. We never exported anything. Yes, we signed this contract, but since it takes so much time to transport our goods to Africa, I mean, the journey is long and then there is this customs procedure. So the company asked us for a deferral of payment. And then we found out that in Africa, there are hardly any international banks. Their presence there is simply not enough for us. Russian banks that operate globally, I refer to Raiffeisen Bank and Alpha Bank, they do not have corresponding relations with banks in Africa. They do not have SWIFT keys. And of course, we wanted to have our partnership ensured. So now this is an open question. We do not have a guarantee. We are not able to establish banking relations because our banks in Russia do not have corresponding relations with African banks.
We turned to XR and they told us that we wouldn't ensure African conditions. So I think we have already lost our partner. In the case, it's just one party who asks for this delay payments, but I'm sure that all other African partners, considering the time it takes to deliver, and then they'll take another 3 to 4 months to sell before they get the money. They'll also ask for delayed payments, and not only from us, but from other companies too. So if this question with the banks is not solved, if we cannot get any guarantees, then it will be simply impossible to start any deliveries. So this is what this is the kind of experience we have had with Africa so far. Yes, one more thing. We have been working with the market too, but we're going to sign this contract. We haven't begun any deliveries yet. Yes, one more thing. I would probably like to ask Mosprom, the Moscow Chamber for Commerce and Industry, but also other partners on the other side, ask you for support. But because this applies not only to us as a holding company, but also any other company that would like to come to Africa. So we don't know anything here about our potential partner, potential client on the other side. I know that we have that experience when we've been discussing Nigeria. So they have been receiving lots of Nigeria over email from Nigeria. And they were writing, yes, we would like to buy your products. All looks fine, it looks nice. We will send our products, we will send them our price list. And then we will receive a list of send us your samples. All right, clearly, we did our best to collect a set of samples, and I remember that we would even send them there in the when this all began, because people would like to taste this, and then they would receive a message saying, "Well, to be able to sell here, you need to be certified. Pay us $2,000, and then you'll be certified." Sometimes later, we finally realized that they were fraudsters, that they were trying to get this money out of us on the pretext of this certification. So what we would like now, we would like to ask for support with looking for partners and for support with finding out whether the potential client is reliable. As for us, we'll clearly provide all the necessary information about ourselves, about our company, but you can find us on the internet, and we're one of the world's top 100 confectionery producers. But as for the partner on the other side, we would like to be able to understand who we can work with. Now, what else? We would also like to say the following. With respect to obtaining information about our potential African partner, if possible, if it were possible, if you could help us with finding a partner for our products. So in this respect, what we would need distributors with experience in FMCG and with imports, so that people would understand, will have an understanding of how to import products, how to promote products in this sector. What else we need? We need distributors. We need in Africa. We need to find companies that have their warehouses. Well, maybe this is something which is maybe we expect too much, but these warehouses have to be air conditioned. so that our products don't get wasted. Why do I focus on this? I will explain. Because during the Russia-Africa Forum back in Sochi in 2019, we met advisor to the president of Ghana. And we exchanged letters with her later on. We gave her our chocolate bear. The president tasted this bear together with his ministers. They discussed how they could sell our products in Ghana. That's what the advisor would say. They were discussing whether they could be bought for school food, but with exchange letters. But then it's all stalled because there were no companies in Ghana that would help these air-conditioned warehouses. So as a result, if you import chocolates into Ghana, it will all melt, and we couldn't find any partners there. So like I said, we would need a partner on the other end, which would have the necessary facilities to store our products, air-conditioned warehouses, that is. One more thing I would like to ask for is information, if possible. I understand that you cannot speak on behalf of all the countries of Africa, but I'm speaking here as a layman. I understand that all countries are different. They have their own traditions, they have their own taste preferences, and they have their own demands for particular product lines. So if we could get support with looking partners, with finding partners in a particular country, we would also need more information about that particular country. That is the market in that country. Or they require certificates. What certificates do you need? Because, you know, I've been reading that there's an association of countries with a single customs area. So what we would need in this respect is what the import duties would be. Is my time up? All right, I'm finishing. Yes, one more thing. With their permission, I would like to say the following. We have been discussing free trade zones in Africa. Could you please help us with finding information about these free trade zones? What would be the right way to work there, etc., etc.? Yes, that's right. Ms. Orlova, as regards air conditioners in Africa, I know that Moscow ice cream has been sold to Africa. Exports have grown 70%. So talk to them. They would have this experience. One more thing, I've heard today a lot. Mosprom has been encouraging all potential companies to turn to them for support. They will find you the partners. They will tell you about the terms and conditions. I think they will be able to help you. And now we would also like to hear more about the experience from our African partners. So we'll proceed from chocolate to cocoa and to coffee. Noah Nyameja Group, Mr. Misak Noah will make a presentation about the company and the taste preferences in Africa with respect to beverages. Mr. Noah, hello, you have the floor.
Hello, everybody. I thank the organization to give me the opportunity to speak about our company. Before I speak about our company, on behalf of President of Chamber of Agriculture, he don't have opportunity to speak in this conference, but he asked me to talk on behalf of the Chamber of Agriculture. He's very interested to enter into relationship with a partner in Russia in matter, agro-industry, fishing, and livestock. So he have a good disposition to have a relationship with a Russian company in this sector. So about our company now, I Our company the background of our company, founded in 1960 by our father, Mr. Michel Nyamedio, is a family company. Initially, the company was involved in both session, coffee and cocoa trading, also in transport and freight. For the last 20 years, the group has developed its core competency as cocoa and coffee traders. Namanjuro company has been between the 4 large cocoa traders in Cameroon for a long time. So, overview of our project, there are the challenge. The main challenge is one of the world's most important producer of cocoa, but only a few is processed locally. So, for a long time, our company tried to find a solution to develop a local cocoa processing capacity in Cameroon by building a state-of-art cocoa processing facility. But this is not very, very easy, because our vision, we would like to be one of the first local firms to produce cocoa locally. We are planning to build a facility that we have the capacity to process up to 32,000 tons cocoa per year. The cost is 55 million euro, CapEx and OpEx. You know, this is a big project. As big project, we need a partnership. We work a long time with ENG PBCTA to collect social impact data to understand farmer, because it's very important to understand what is the key, what is the problem in almond production. So UNDP help us to understand what is the farming practice and supply chain issue to ensure a consistent supply of quality of cocoa bean and better manage our supply chain. Also, during the summit Russia-Africa in Sochi in 2019, we got in contact with UNICOF. I appreciate to understand the representative of UNICON. I'm very appreciate to understand the problem, and very understand that UNICON want also to come in Africa, and our company want also to develop a market in Russia. That is a very good news for us. You know, we have a first contact with UNICON, and we sent today in 2020 the sample, the cocoa bean sample. But unfortunately, the cocoa bean Cameroon changed to the reference organoleptic status of the product, the color. So the sample cannot give a result. But however, they ask us to testing the quality of they try to test it. They have us to send them the sample in the major campaign, mine campaign. So they continue to testing our cocoa sample in mine campaign. So we take appointment for the first trimester of 2020 to continue our discussion. 21, please, to continue our discussion. So I appreciate to have in conference. So I think it's other way to continue discussion we have since 2020. Our project have also the government support. The local government have exempt our company from custom duty and tax. We call that the free zone. They give us also the grant around 2,000,500,000 euro through the Minister of Economy program. We have also the support from Minister of Industry program. That is the case success. At the end, we have also the business plan who have been done with Deloitte. The project interests some local bank and some international bank. But the problem is that we need to have a strong partnership with the big company as Uniconf, that have a good background to implement what the bank need. Bank asks us to have something like off-taker. Off-taker, I think Uniconf is a good off-taker. Bank need technical aspect. Unicorn have it. Unicorn have an expertise to the processed cocoa. So I think that is the major condition to bring the bank to finance our project. That's it. Now, we see what is the key success, but what is the key challenge? The key challenge is lack of market regulation on cocoa and coffee sector. You know, we are in Africa. The key challenge we have in manufacture projects is insufficient equity. We need more equity because when we bring in our bank all aspect, technical, they need to see what is our capacity to bring an equity on the table. We don't have a bank who gives a guarantee in the Cameroon side. And we have also the infrastructure problem. The infrastructure problem about the road, about the electricity. But the good news is that in the town, we build the manufacturer, we have a good connection with energy, with gas, and electricity. So I think we have the hall around the site. That is a good news. They have also the problem of telecommunication because the cost is very high. There are the problem of administrative barrier, but I think the government tried to solve this problem with informatics, because now many things are doing online. Now all decisions are doing online. They don't need to be present. So it helps, very, very help to have a short delay in administrative problem. About our driving inclusive growth through cocoa processing, the business goal, we hope that from the first year, the project is expected to generate turnover of $50 million. $50 million. And we hope also that through this initiative, we will be able to employ 300 employees per shift. If you make a 3 shift, it's 900 employees we can pay. We can also be able to buy more cocoa from local cocoa producers. I think that is very important impact we can have in economic aspects in Cameroon. How this benefit in community? This project will help to address infrastructure issue to create new job opportunity. Because, you know, when the Cameroon have in agriculture, particularly in cocoa sector, 19% of people work in farm. 20 people work in exporter, commercial aspect and service. So if we build this industry, we are able to ameliorate the quality of job, to bring somebody from plantation to specialize in university, to take the technology transfer from some company like Uniconf and try to give in Cameroonian student the know-how in manufacture cocoa and chocolate. So I think it's a good opportunity to us to have this opportunity to work with some company like Uniconf to give a technological transfer. We can also develop another business. Because when you make a chocolate, you send a cocoa, or you can also import the finished product from Russia to distribute in the local market or to distribute in Central Africa area. You have a company like Tiger Brand, we do it in Cameroon. We distribute the cocoa, distribute the finished product to Gabon, to South Africa, to Chad, from Cameroon. We can also develop with partnership with the Russia company to distribute from Cameroon to Chad, to Gabon, to Congo, to wherever, in another area in Central Africa. I think it's a good opportunity to make that. So we can transform We have a transfer of technology, and we can distribute a finished product. To conclude, this type of business will help to support local growth and development and important industry in Cameroon. We have to give this information for you. We have received the support of the institution as UNDP. We have a support of our government. So we can get a strong relationship to promote long-term sustainable growth that will have significant return both of our business and for Cameroonians. But as I say, we need your help. We need the help of the company from Russia. We need the help from government, from USHA, to be a sound partnership, to have a good discussion, to protect the investor from Russia in the space, in the area of Cameroon. We need also more partners to help us to achieve our goal and to reach scale more quickly. I'm sure that Russia is the good partner on this scale. Thank you.
Mr. Noah, so let's have a discussion. We have a question from Uniconf right now. Mr.
Yeah.
Noah, it's not a question actually, but a comment. You said that you would be interested to partner with Uniconf for cocoa beans. Well, my department is in charge of export, so we do not do procurement. But now that we talk with you, and we talked before at Russia-Africa Forum, so we will be sure to pass all of the information to our procurement department, and they can discuss this cocoa beans initiative with you. I actually contacted Ms. Afka from the Embassy of Cameroon in Russia. And the feedback that I got was as follows, that the sample of cocoa beans, they unfortunately are not suitable for our product because the taste of final products is different from what we expect. I know that in Cameroon you have several climate zones. And I've actually wrote to Ms. Afka in the Embassy of Cameroon in Moscow about that. Probably you could try and send us some more samples from other climate zones. Maybe you can send us a selection of samples of cacao beans that grow in various climate zones, and we will be happy to test them. We will do everything we can to organize this sample transfer. So if you could, please collect samples from various climate zones, and we will send them to our procurement department. They will test these cacao beans, and they will then decide which cacao beans will be best suited for our products. I've actually sent this information to Ms. Afka. This is exactly what I wrote to her. But now I still haven't got an answer from her. So please, if you have this opportunity, we are no longer working remotely. We are in our office. We are available. You have our email. So please do not hesitate to contact us. And we will, of course, facilitate the sample transfer. and we'll be able to establish this partnership between you and Uniconf. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Noah. I suggest we move on. I believe you have all of the contact information, and Uniconf and Noah Nyamedo Group will be able to talk. Now, let us move on to our next speaker. I will now give the floor to Tahir Arbuzov. Hello. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for having me today. I represent Lapprop Company. Next year, we will celebrate our 40th anniversary. Currently, we employ 5,000 employees. We have 4 production plants in Russia. We offer healthy lifestyle products, and we also offer some confectionery products, namely cakes. We offer Mirel and Osladov brands in cakes. Ruskaya Niva is another our brand for cakes. And we offer Dr. Kerner. That is our brand for active lifestyle products made of whole grains and cereals. And that is what I will be talking about today. It is no secret that today healthy lifestyle is very popular globally, but a healthy lifestyle is not only about going to the gym to work out, it is also eating healthy food. And our company is one of the experts. Our brand, Dr. Kerner, has been around for 17 years now. Our production plant is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment. So what we offer are round crisp breads. Some of them are sweet, others are savour. We have 12 flavors in our product range. Speaking about sweet crisp bread, we offer 7 different flavors, and we offer 4 savor flavors. The main grain that we use is wheat. We also use barley, rice, corn. Thanks to our unique technology, our crisp breads are packed with nutrients. We also offer gluten-free products. We know that many people in the world are gluten intolerant. That is why we offer gluten-free products. Our products are halal and kosher certified, and our product is also very popular with vegans. Many people replace bread with our crisp breads because they contain only 30 calories per a crisp bread. Currently, all major retail chains in Russia sell our products. Currently, we export our products to 27 countries of the world, to the US, to Europe, to Asia, to the Middle East. Let me speak in greater detail about our classic round whole grain crisp breads. We have buckwheat crisp breads, very popular in Japan. We have 7 cereals crisp breads. We offer sweet crisp breads as well. We use only natural ingredients. We add natural syrups, and we never add sugar. In our sweet range, we have cranberry crisp breads, honey crisp breads, and caramel crisp breads. We also offer thin square whole grain crisp breads. using corn, rice, quinoa, and herbs. We also offer crisp breads and individual packaging, which is very important against the backdrop of pandemic because HoReCa players can also sell our product. We offer a healthy alternative to crisps. Those are whole grain crisps. We also offer a healthy snacks with plant protein. This is a healthy alternative to crisps. We use peas as a substitute to fried potato. We also offer products for kids, namely mini crisp breads for kids with no added sugars. We use natural juice as a sweetener, namely apple juice and banana puree. Our new product is porridge. These porridges are very popular in Japan and in China. It is not a secret that the Chinese like to eat as they go because they're very active, and that is why this breakfast option is very popular. You need to pop the lid open, add some milk or water, and you're ready to go. Why do we want to sell our products in Africa? First of all, because now we do not sell anything in Africa. And since the population of Africa is 1 billion and growing, that is a very promising destination. We also see that the increasing urbanization is a factor at play. So Africa is very promising. We want to offer Africa our healthy products, Dr. Kerner. We have translated it into English. The information about ingredients is available in 10 languages. The shelf life is 12 months, which is also an advantage. Our products do not require any special temperatures to be stored at, which is very important when you export to Africa. Also, our company is pretty flexible when it comes to our commercial policies, pricing, logistics. But as Ms. Orlova has already mentioned, for us it is also very important to enjoy support from the state because it is always a tall order to look for new partners on a new continent. That is why we need to assess our potential client. And of course, we will need support, we will need assistance because we do think that there will be some issues. We will need to defer some of the payments, and thus our deals need to be insured. That is why I believe that together with Mosprom, with our government, our company will be able to successfully enter the African market. We're open for cooperation, but in order to understand how we shall proceed, we need to have some specific offers that we can discuss. Thank you so much. Mr. Arbuzov, thank you so much for taking time and to talking at our roundtable today. I'm very happy to invite our next speaker, Marina Shmatova, head of the investment department of the Mozambique-Russia Development Corporation. Colleagues, hello. I hope that you can hear me loud and clear. Very happy to greet you from Mozambique. You know, my background is pretty interesting. I attended the Russia-Africa Forum in Sochi, and together with other entrepreneurs, I was invited to the inauguration of the president of Mozambique. So I came to Mozambique, and then the lockdown happened, and I had to stay in Mozambique. And the president of Mozambique declared nationwide state of emergency for 6 months. So there were no flights, and that is why we stayed in Mozambique.
It was established by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Mozambique, a number of ministers, and the Association of Businessmen from Russia. This is an absolutely unique experience. I received the opportunity to look at Africa very close. And another advantage of this session was that a number of top level managers from the leading banks and companies were also locked down here in Mozambique. We worked together and we developed a certain strategy. As a result, Mozambique has already invested more than $200. And we have gained unique experience, and we need to unite our efforts. The Moscow Ministry of Industry and Trade and other sectors, and we need to bring Russian companies to Africa on a comprehensive basis. The agricultural sector in Africa includes a number of economies, not only agricultural produce, but also industry related to it. I suggest that Russia enters Africa on a comprehensive basis, like other countries do. For instance, China or the US. For instance, we deliver equipment here or machines, but we didn't offer any services. My colleagues have told here that they don't have warehouses in the other countries. But as late as a month ago, I talked to a company that would like to build such warehouses here in Mozambique. So what my main message is that if we look at free trade zones, for instance, the government of Mozambique would offer land, and not only the government of Mozambique, they would give tax exemptions. So you can create your free trade zones. Or, for instance, we worked very closely with the local agro-industrial zone, and we have started developing this from the very beginning. We brought investors here. We established financial institutions here. We have received lands. We have encouraged Russian companies to build warehouses here, and we're now going to build a network of retailers here. So what I'm telling you is ABCs of business. So the colleagues that have worked in Africa for a long time have told me that Russia should enter Africa on a strategic-based approach. We have started developing a similar approach in Tanzania. We have now prepared a major event for July, Africa Cotton Week. We're going to develop cotton production of all the way from the field to its processing and to cotton oil processing. This will be all on our equipment. We'll produce fabric, and then it will be used for production and sales. And we're inviting you over here. I'm telling you here because I've spent here more than a year. So what is important is we would like not only to make things, but we would also like to teach people here to work with these products. I enjoyed listening to the presentation of the United Confectionaries. Africa is indeed a market for Russia. People are fond of family values here in Africa. I see lots of families with children here in supermarkets, and clearly what I would like to see is our chocolate. Chocolate here is very expensive. So I would like to see Russian products here on the shelves of local supermarkets. I'd be happy to introduce you to local retail owners. People love Russia. People are waiting for Russia here. But you need not only to organize deliveries and sales. No, we need to establish our own trade zone. Well, the managers of companies, the heads of ministries I've spoken to, they're waiting for Russia to come, and they're ready to offer these free trade zones to Russia. They're ready to give us lands, tax exemptions. We need to open our own outlets. We need to teach people here to work with Russian equipment, with the Russian products. We need to explain to them how to do this properly. A colleague spoke previously who say they grow coffee. Yes, we can work in this respect as well. We can. All we need to do here is to create our own retail networks, and then you can launch your brand for the entire Africa. People are fond of holidays, celebrations here, so you can harvest up to 5-6 crops a year. Russia is ready to enter here, and most importantly, people are waiting for us. People love us. People enjoy remembering their times back in the USSR, back in Russia. So this still is true. People tell me, "Oh, great that Russia is coming back." You know, I've met people from the Ministry of Education. I visited them. So they teach local people using our equipment, the equipment they received from the USSR. And they told me, Marina, it would be great if our people would trade in Russia, if we were told how to do this. So they're waiting so much for Russian institutions to come. And our Mozambique Russia Development Corporation has already made its contribution. Like I said, we have already invested into a free trade zone. We're building a technopark in the city of Beira. We're also begin to develop another area in the city of Shinoya, or the cotton sector in Tanzania. This will also be developed. What I have just heard, so this change from coffee and cocoa beans all the way to production, this also sounds great. We're also ready to offer investments. So maybe we'll organize this very interesting cooperation in particular area during this panel. And there'll be many more to come. So it's a very brief description of what we have to offer. So long story short, Africa is ready, Africa is waiting, and we attract investments from various countries. The total world is looking to Africa, and due to COVID, it's very difficult to cross borders. So everybody now has to focus on what they can do where they are at the moment. So, like I said, we need to look at it from a comprehensive point of view, and we have all the necessary opportunities for this in Russia. We're all here in this panel, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or Russia Today Information Agency. So we have all we need to do, we have all we need, and welcome to Africa. Marina, thank you so much. Could you please leave your contacts so that we can get in touch with you? Oh yeah, sure, I will write them in the chat. Yes, please, on the chat. All right, I can either write them on the chat or just look for the Mozambique Russia Development Corporation. There's a whole list of all we do, of our projects. There's a program. I invite you to come to us. All right, I'm trying to find the chat where I can leave my address. All right, I'll do my best to find it. If you show me how to find it, because so far I've failed to find it, I cannot find it on the screen. Yeah. You have joined the Moscow Africa chat on the phone? No? No. All right, we'll ask the organizers for support. Yes, well, you can contact Mr. Vardanyan. we're in very close contact with him, with many other Russian institutions. One more thing, I would like to encourage financial institutions using this forum. Yes, indeed, we need support from them because loans here are very expensive. There's a lot to do in this respect. So it would be great if you could help. One more thing is correspondent accounts. You need to be able to work with Africa directly. It's another serious issue. Other than that, Africa has all you need to develop your business. Yes, Marina, we've been getting questions from journalists. Sputnik China has asked, today China is Africa's greatest trade partner in many respects. It is an active participant in many infrastructure projects. How do Russian companies intend to compete against Chinese companies that have been there for a long time, are very strong there? Well, what can I tell you? We are in cooperation with Chinese companies. I worked in China in the past. We held a bidding here together with the municipality for a waste processing facility, and Chinese know the African market, and they are indeed present here, and they have been here for a long time. But I don't think that we need to argue about it. We need to work in the areas where we're the strongest, where we have the greatest competence. So until we're here present, the Chinese can be our teachers in a way. We can create consortiums if necessary. I think this is a union that would be quite useful. Because like I told you in the beginning, when we were locked down here, we started to work all together. The Chinese, the Russians, the Americans, the Europeans, and we have been able to create this very good conglomerate of companies who have done a lot, who have made great progress. So all I have to say here that the Chinese have been building roads here, and they're quite competent, quite strong, and I think that we can learn from them to be able to enter international markets. Marina, thank you very much. One more question I would like to raise right now. What products do Africans want to see in Africa? Products from Moscow and products from Russia. Before this round table began, Alexander Grigorenko asked me to give him an opportunity to speak. He would like to tell us what Africans expect us to offer them and what they would like to receive. He is chair of the Agro-Industrial Committee of the Coalition Committee for Cooperation with Africa. Yes, thank you. So, first of all, I would like to begin by saying that I enjoyed very much listening to my colleagues, in particular to my colleague from Mozambique. An excellent country. I've been there many times, and what I heard is very good. To us, Africa is not just a market where we can sell our products. Oh, our products are good, clearly, but Africans are our friends. One of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals are fight against hunger and solve food issues. And Russia, in this respect, is an excellent partner for Africa. Russian equipment, which is good quality and medium price, or food processing, refrigerators, hangars, which were built in Gambia, which we're now building in Nigeria. It is not so, they're not so expensive, but they'll give you a huge effect. So you must go to Africa, you must go there, take your products and talk to Africans. That's one. And the second thing I'd like to focus on is services of our engineers. Now, I see a problem there. As regards the quality of our engineering services, were absolutely unsurpassed. Our quality in this respect is top notch. I have worked in Africa. We know how to work in Africa. We have very good contacts, very close friendships. But this bridge from the project launch to the time project is financed, this pre-financing stage, making a feasibility study, raising financing, all these initial costs, this is where I would like to ask for support. I fully agree with my colleagues on this. I would like to see here representatives of financial organizations, the Russian Export Center, Russian Export Agency, or Afrexim Bank. You know, we don't see any good support, in particular support to small or medium business. Unfortunately, our industrial ministries, Ministry of Industry, they support big business a lot, our government corporations. But what we need to do, we need medium business to work, small business to work, because the potential there is huge. These are the companies that would be able to look through the entire field of possible cooperation areas. And Moscow, in this respect, is a very progressive city. Clearly, it's the world's best city. So I hope that the Moscow government will hear us, that after this forum, they will be able to offer various instruments for support, for the very first steps, establishing the first contact, developing a feasibility study. Because, well, it's a shame to say, but we lost a number of contacts to Americans, to the Chinese. Although I know that in the long run, at the end of the day, our client would have won in Africa had they taken our quality, because we offer good quality, a low price service. But unfortunately, this financing issue quite often scares our partners away. Thank you very much for your attention. Yes, thank you. Indeed, in addition to telebridge, you also need to establish financial bridges. And then our companies will be in a much better position to come to Africa. Yes, I would like to thank all the participants. Should you have any questions, are there any details I'd like to cover? Please don't hesitate to ask your questions. All right, to continue what we just discussed, this financial aspect. I can tell that we, although we're big companies, we still see that at the moment, Moscow, they partly compensate transportation costs, but this compensation is in 20% of the price, but not more than 100,000 rubles. But at the moment, the ruble-dollar exchange rate is 74 rubles for $1, which means $1,350 at the maximum. But when we discussed transportation to Uganda, it was $12,000. So this $1,300 is just a drop in the ocean, right? Right, like I'm saying, if this could be increased, because, okay, I mean, we assume all the costs because we're an exporter. The other company is not capable of paying this 12,000, so we have to carry these costs. But if we carry these costs, then if you consider that in Africa, products must be very affordable, cannot be expensive. So if you sell for a low price, you cannot afford to pay these 12,000. You'll be losing. And if you need to incur costs on promotion, on marketing, then if you're, no matter whether you're a big company or a small company, you'll still be incurring losses. So in this case, I would like to ask the Moscow government, the Moscow Export Center, I would like to ask them to increase the support with respect to current transportation issues, because what I'm describing, it was a year ago. 12,000, it was a year ago. And now, due to the pandemic, there is no transportation. There are no free containers. It takes us 1 week, 2 weeks to find a container. And the cost of transportation has also skyrocketed, or at least grown 1.5 times. And this all affects the final price of the product and the volume which we can deliver there. Not just us, but any exporter. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. With this, I would like to wrap up our roundtable. I do hope that we will meet in a different format in the very near future. We'll touch upon other issues because we have a lot to discuss. There are still people that we need to look for. There are financial institutions that we need to invite. We will continue our dialogues. I would like to thank everybody. Thank you, Mozambique. Thank you, Cameroon, for your very interesting presentations. And till we see you again. Thank you and goodbye.